Well, welcome to the Take Action Team call, where we give everyone tools to get better and push everybody forward. Now, it's great to see everybody here on Tuesday night, and it's exciting. Christmas is coming up. We know we've got some cool contests going on, and I know almost everybody I know is in the Eyes of Body Challenge right now, which is awesome. And then I think one of the cats just fell in the tank. But things are just ramping up. It's funny. It's exciting hearing everybody get excited. I know we're going to be doing a New Year's kick like we always do every year for the January 1st. And you know, Isa Polini has got, as we always talk about, the 13 enrollments that you did between Christmas and New Year's, and how crazy it goes. So we know that can be done. This is a time where people think a lot about their health and kind of their well-being. This is where, you know, we start thinking about family in the future and where we want to go. So we're really excited about that. And tonight we have the honor of Cherie Walsh presenting to us her incredible onboarding system that she taught at the Super Saturday, that she did such a great job. And this is a huge key piece. I know it is for me, especially because I think onboarding is such an important part. It's like when I think of my restaurant, I always say that the most important place in the restaurant starts at the hostess stand. Because, you know, when people come in, it's that first impression. It's, you know, it's going to set you up of how you feel when you walk into the restaurant and how you go. You know, it's like going to a house party, not being greeted by the host. You kind of walk in all awkward, not know where the beer is, don't know where to go. You kind of walk around, you know, Tina's drunk in the corner and we're not sure who's there. And then, you know, and then you finally see the host and it's comfortable. And so with this, onboarding is that initial impression. It's the first impression of how we're going to treat you like a family, how we're going to set you up, and how we're going to take care of you long term. So I'm going to turn it over to one of my best friends and great host, Cherie Walsh.
Hello. I'm so excited that you guys are all here tonight. Thank you for showing up. It's so easy to just say I'm not going to show up, but when you do it, it's just amazing. And I'm going to bring the energy to this call tonight. I've had a rough day and I'm going to push through it. So I'm excited to be here with you all. I'm going to share screen with you and I'm going to go through my training that I did at the last Super Saturday. And that was the very first time I've ever presented before in front of a large amount of people. So this should be a piece of cake. So I'm going to do that now. Give me 2 seconds. Okay. Can everyone see my screen? Awesome. Okay. So onboarding and retention is something that we're going to talk about tonight. It's a big passion of mine to bring people into Isagenix and setting them up for long-term success, which then, you know, brings about the retention. I'm going to talk to you about why it's important, the how, and using our 7-step formula. I'm not going to be doing an interactive game with you tonight. That was something that I did more one-on-one at the Super Saturday training, but I will be opening up for questions and answers. You don't have to take any notes if you don't want to. Some of you have already seen this because you were present at the Super Saturday, but definitely if there's a formula that you're already using and it's working, that's fantastic. If not, I hope to fill in some gaps for you tonight and you can implement what I'm doing. But definitely ask me some questions at the end. So a little bit about me. You all know that I have a large family. It's almost like a Brady Bunch on most days. I've been a product user in Isagenix for 4 years. I've been a business builder for the last 3 years. And I've achieved 2-star Crystal Executive in part-time hours, being the key, part-time hours. I still work probably anywhere between 25 to 40 hours in my normal job. And my passion is truly just helping people and creating ease in everyday nutrition, especially for families. And my business stats to date, this actually was almost 2 months ago now. I've actually enrolled another 20 people since then. But I've enrolled those people over the last 3 years. So 146 people. I've retained at least 78 of those, which is a rate at 62%, which is more than 1 in 2 retention. My team has grown to, well, it was 780 there, it's now about 800 people, thanks to the power of sharing this amazing gift with others. And my business success today, I definitely would say, has been built from retention and onboarding. So how I bring people in, you know, how I set them up, how I breathe life into them, how I listen to what it is that they're looking to achieve, and also really just going back and getting those people who may have been using the product for some time, but showing them our business. And that is always a big thing for me. I love going back and actually finding out where people are, because often, as we know, people come into Isagenix for one reason, but they stay for another. So I'm going to do a visualization technique with all of you. If you could all just close your eyes. And I want you just to connect to your heart, take a big, deep breath in and out. And I want you to think about why you're actually here. Why are you in Isagenix? And I would like you I want to take you through a visualization technique that I find really works well when setting new people up for success. And I really want you to visualize 10 associates in your team. And I want you to picture their faces. And I want you to think of 5 on your left and 5 on your right. And that they're all systemized and they're all doing exactly the same thing. And I want you to ask yourself what you think that would do for your business. And I want you then to visualize an extension of that, which is now 20 associates. And I want you to think of 10 on your left and 10 on your right that are all systemized, all organized, and all doing the exact same thing. What do you think that would do for your business and their business? Can everybody see it? Can everybody see their faces? 20 of them, 10 on the left, 10 on the right. And what that's going to do is that's going to blow your business up. That's going to blow their business up. It's going to exceed your expectations. And that is why we're here. Okay, I'm going to get you to open your eyes now. And we're going to move to the next slide. And I want you to know a little bit about the benefits for having an onboarding system. If you don't understand the benefits of doing something, then you're more likely not to do it. So I find that having an onboarding system simplifies things. It builds a strong foundation. It gives the best first impression, like Stu was saying. It's the forefront of the company. It's the energy that you bring. It's the professionalism that you're offering. It builds the relationship for a people business, because that's what Isagenix is a people business. We're about people. We're about building relationships and friendships. I mean, what other job in the world is there that you can actually get paid to make friends? It's pretty exciting worldwide. It also ensures associate success. So it sets each person up for long-term success, which is where your retention is coming from. It helps build your team and the retention, and it creates automatic duplication. So without duplication in Isagenix and building a team, you cannot grow. It's not possible. It's not a one-man show. So that's the beauty of this business. Everything I do benefits my team, and everything my team does benefits me. Doesn't matter how deep, how far, how long a person's been in Isagenix, how little they've been in. Everybody's got something to bring to Isagenix. So the main benefit I really want each person to understand is, why would we not want to set somebody up for long-term success? Why would we do all this work in the beginning only to have them drop off in 3 to 4 months? So we want to make sure that you're understanding the benefits and truly being able to duplicate that to the people you bring in. So how you show up is definitely important, as we all know. I've had a tough day today. I've had kids going everywhere. I've had a baby that's been vomiting. It's just been one of those days where you just think, my God, I need a holiday. But how I'm showing up is so important, because I know that my job is to connect to each one of you and to help you with your business center, and obviously how this is going to come across on a recording, so then I can impact someone else within my team with something that I'm extremely passionate about, which is setting people up for long-term success. So just remember, your team follows exactly what you do. People do what you do, not what you say. Being a product of the product is really important, okay? So I mean, if I wasn't taking my shake every day, if I didn't have, you know, an extra 60 mils of Ionics this afternoon, I don't think I would have gotten onto this call. So being a product of the product is so imperative because it's going to set you up for success in your health, but it's also going to show somebody else what's possible for them. Positive mindset. You do what you say you will do, okay? So I don't know how many people on this call has actually read the 4 agreements. It's very, very important that you're a person that of your word. If you say you're going to call someone at 9 o'clock at night, you call them. If you say you're going to set someone up for success with an orientation, you do it. You make sure that you are a person that is setting people up for long-term success by being a great example yourself. So having a burning why is very, very important because it's going to fuel you, and your why will change. It will definitely change from when you start to where you are sort of middle of your journey, and that's pretty much where I feel I am. I'm 4 years as a product user, 3 years as a business builder, and my why has changed many times. Treat people with respect and leave judgment at the door. It's very important in Isagenix that we're authentic and that we're honest, and we're not judging anybody, because there's so many people that have tried lots of different things that haven't worked. So it's our job to not be judging them. It's our job to be listening to what they're wanting and offering a solution for that and showing them what's possible with this product. Always, as Jimmy Smith says on pretty much every podcast I've ever heard him say, is the only time you should ever look down is to reach out your hand to help somebody up. So find out what people want. This is so important. Listen for clues, pay attention. Remember, it's about what they want and not what you want. So you need a strong why. That's probably the most important piece that you could get from what I've just said. Retention tips. So a couple of retention tips that I want to share with you. Plugging your people into our electric community. How many people love our community? Oh my God, I love our community. I love our people. It's like all the people that you've ever wanted to meet in one room. That's what I love about this company, is that everybody's got energy and they're inspiring and they have amazing heartfelt stories. And honestly, that's the main reason why I show up for anything within Isagenix, is because I know I'm always going to feel way better from when I walked in. And there's a lot of people in this world that are struggling and they don't have a community, they don't have that support. So plugging them in is very important, using Abundant Health, using our Facebook, social media, you know, one-on-one, having 3-way calls, those types of things are really important. Cleanse coaching them like a boss. Who can relate to that? Cleanse coaching them like a boss and giving them 30 days to 16 weeks of your undivided attention. Helping each associate achieve results, because results don't lie. When a person wakes up in the morning and they're waking up before their alarm, or a person is, you know, just feeling so much better in their body because they're able to think better and their memories come back, those things, you know, don't lie. They're exciting and people are excited about it. So consistency is vital. Be organized and implement a system that works. Results create belief. They have to first believe in their own results in order to authentically share with others. So getting your people paid, very, very important. So did you know that if you signed up an associate and 6 months have gone by, retention is only 20 to 25% if they haven't earned $1. Just $1. So if they've earned $1 in the first 6 months, retention goes up to about 70 to 75%, if you can believe that. So learn to teach the magic of the $1 principle in your team. Let it become part of your focus to help every person earn a commission of a minimum of $1. So I actually carry around a $1 all the time as a reminder of that. Never ever be scared to bring up the business, because you just never know what other people need. Okay. So onboarding toolkit, these are the things that I pay forward to everybody within my team quite quickly. So I start everyone off with a personal health analysis for each new enrollment, and I also duplicate that deep within my team. The new associate checklist and interview, the Facebook product and business support group, which is Abundant Health, and I also have Abundant Wealth, and they're the 2 pages that I leverage the most. The 7 steps to launching a new associate script, which I'll go through with you. The calorie calculator, and I use that for every single person. I also copy and paste that on my welcome letter so they can modify that as their body changes. I use the Zoom app, as you can tell, and schedule a binder. So I keep an A to Z binder that I got from Staples. I think it cost me like $6. And I put everybody's personal health analysis in there and the new associate checklist. Now, if you're not a paper person and you're going paperless, you can totally do that with your own computer and just have a file, like a folder set up for each person that you're bringing in with those details in it. That's fine. Onboarding language. So onboarding language is pretty simple. The main thing that I do want to get a point across is certainty. So having certainty is really important, and the reason being is that people, you need to be believable, and you have to be able to believe in what you're doing in order to be believable. So having certainty is a key to ensuring that people are following what you're doing and asking of them. So asking a magic question, I'll give you an example. Do I have permission to set you up for success? When you get the results, people are going to notice and will want to know how they can look and feel as good as you do. At this point, you have 3 options. You can give those referrals to me and I'll be grateful. I can teach you how to get these amazing products paid for. You can actually make extra income. There are people in Isagenix making monthly what most people make annually. Where do you see yourself? 1, 2, and 3. Now, I bring this up. This is actually, I've gotten this from Susan Sly some time ago, and I use this a lot within my business, especially in the first conversation. And the reason being is it's not weird when you then circle back with those people 30 days time when they've lost, 13, 14 pounds. They could have lost about 27 inches by then. And originally, when you spoke about this, they just said, I want to give those referrals to you. But on day 30, they may be feeling so much better and so grateful and knowing, 2 other people that deserve to feel as good as they do. You're going to touch back with them, and it's not as weird to bring up 2 and 3. So I find having certainty in your language, having certainty in the way that you're speaking to them, people love certainty. They want to follow it. So it's almost like you're having influence over them because you're believable. So I find that that's a very important thing, and I don't expect everybody in the beginning to understand that, because I certainly didn't have this language when I started out. I was so green. I had no idea. I was totally ignorance on fire. And most of us are like that, but people still joined me because I had the energy and people were looking for that energy. So just know that this grows with you. Your certainty comes as you evolve. Okay, onboarding steps. So step 1 is typically how I start out everybody in my business. Personal health analysis. I have already got that on Abundant Health. I have it on, where do I have it? I have it on the Take Action group 2017 in the file section there. If you're not using it, definitely have a look at it. It was duplicated to me from Frank Pluto, who is way, way up in our upline. And he's been using it for such a long time, and I found that people in my business started taking me seriously when I started using the health analysis. A health analysis, it gives myself and a customer peace of mind that I understand what their goals are and what the gaps are to provide the right solution. And I find that it's very professional. If you were to go anywhere for a consult, you would have to fill out some type of paperwork with your history in it. It only takes about 10 minutes to complete, and then I simply align the right pack based on their needs and the information they've provided. So if I need to modify something, if somebody has a health issue, obviously we have disclaimers and we have to be very compliant. We're not here to treat, prevent, cure any diagnosis or diagnose any illness. But at the same time, it's important to know if somebody has a history in something so you can actually correctly implement Isagenix or cleansers and those types of things. So keep this in your A to Z folder and use when making your 6 touches in the first 30 days and beyond. Okay, the welcome letter, welcome call. How many people do a welcome letter here? Yes. Do you find your welcome letter is well received? Are people reading it? Yeah? Okay, so a welcome email is essential in order to connect your new team member with our team calls, events. It has pertinent information in it. If you don't have one, I will actually post ours I'll do it on the Take Action 2017 file. But you also can find them in isagenixbusiness.com. You can see the template that they have there. So I also add on their website address, how to do their shake day, how to do a cleanse day, their full 30-day with Dr. Ina, and a link with isaproduct.com. I also copy 2 team members, typically one upline and one downline, just for the fact that not always that I'm going to be able to be reachable, and sometimes it's nice to have somebody else be able to jump on a welcome call with you, and also they can reach out to them. And they typically with me, I align somebody who may be on the same sort of journey. So if somebody needs to lose 50, 60 pounds and they've come in and successfully done that, then I'll align that person with and CC them in on, I'll CC them in on the welcome letter. So I also align accountability partners. Okay, and the reason I do this is I find people advocate for others more than they will for themselves. So they'll actually go above and beyond for somebody else. So having an accountability partner, I find there's a strength in numbers. It feels like you've got a camaraderie with somebody else, and you're not alone. And that is really important when you're trying to hit goals that you probably haven't been able to reach. So I find having, a person that's going to support you and help you with similar goals really, really helps. And preferably somebody who may have been in for a year, that knows the ropes a little bit more than the brand new person. And then that keeps taking on a life cycle of its own, and it causes duplication within my team. The new associate checklist and interview can be found on isagenixbusiness.com. And I use the checklist in particular to make sure that I've, done everything that I need to do to set that person up for success. And I also do the interview, especially for business builders, because it's actually telling me what that person is looking to achieve. So it provides tracks that you're going to run on, and it also sets each new associate up for long-term success. So you would have assessed and qualified the person in the personal health analysis on page 2. It'll actually ask the person, how would you rate your financial health out of 10? And that's a really good icebreaker for you to be able to come in and bring up that Isagenix has a plan B or a second income stream. Would you be open to earning passive residual income, another residual income stream? More often than not, people are quite curious about it. So again, it's an icebreaker. So this will help you assess whether the person is open to learning about our wealth creation solution. Okay, step 4 is orientation and unboxing. Who does an orientation here and sets people up one-on-one? Me too. So if you're not doing that, you'll find that your business will go leaps and bounds if you spend more time with someone on the front end to set them up, because you only get one shot at setting somebody up for success. One. The thing is that people love to be looked after. They love customer service. They really can feel that you care, and that's really important, because being a leader, that's what we do. We set people up for long-term success, but we also duplicate that within our team. So having an orientation and unboxing shows professionalism, but it also, as I said, we get paid a residual income, but we also get paid upfront table money. And having a referral bonus, we get paid $90, let's say for a value pack. We get a referral bonus for setting that person up and looking after them. Okay, so going through a packing slip is the first thing that I do when I do an unboxing. I make sure that the person understands that they have an ID number and they have that for life, and that their membership is annual. Head office handles everything to do with the product. We don't have anything to do with it. And then going through the 30-day money-back guarantee on the back of the packing slip is really important. Number 2, I do the Shake and Cleanse Day program and booklet. So I open that up and I go through that, and I use a Sharpie. And using a Sharpie is really important because Susan Sly has taught me this. The retention rate and the long-term success of a person being set up and writing on their product with a Sharpie, let's say 2 accelerators daily, if you wrote that on the top, I find that people never ever, I have never had a person ever return a product that I've written on. Anybody else can relate to that? Yeah. So I find that that's really something that if you're not doing it, you should definitely implement. And even if you were setting them up via Zoom, it's really important that you actually get them to pull out a Sharpie and teach them how to write on their product, okay? Downloading the Isagenix app on their phone is going to help them. And we have My Cleanse Day, My Shake Day, and My Tracker. And they are all great. I find that having their phone beep at them until they have muscle memory of what they're doing creates way more success than somebody who didn't have it. Understanding their back office, number 3. So who actually goes through their back office on their unboxing? Yeah, I always do. If you're not, this is really important because you're actually showing them the steps in how to order every single month independently without you having to do it. So most people know how to shop online. You're just teaching them a few steps. They know how to do it. You're giving them a username and a password and showing them how to be independent in ordering their own product every month. You will be checking in with them though, and I'll go through that in a second. Showing them their placement tree is really important. The thing is now though, with the new customer initiative, customer first initiative, you can't actually see the placement tree if they're just a customer. You can only see that when they've clicked the purple button on the home page to say become an associate. That's when the customer option changes to team. So just remember that. Going through, like I always bring up becoming an associate quite early. Like I will do that with their unboxing because I want them to bank their business volume. I do not want their business volume to flush. Now, there are some people that want to be a customer, and that is perfectly fine. But you can't show them their placement tree or their potential for enrolling someone if you haven't done that yet. So bonus, cast a vision of what's possible for using the tools, the ISA Body Challenge and the Health in Mind Body Program. Who's done both? Have you done the Health in Mind and Body Program and the ISA Body Challenge all at the same time? I have, yeah. You'll find a huge difference if you do them together. So if you actually set someone up with an ISA Body Challenge and get them to do the Health in Mind and Body Program, you watch the difference in your retention. Okay, we're going to go to slide 14. So taking before and pictures and measurements are absolutely imperative. I actually do this for a lot of my clients one-on-one, so people who are coming to me in Fort McMurray. If I have clients in Australia or America, so far I've had a couple in the UK. If you're not able to do that, then you're going to show them and just teach them how to take their own picture. It's very, very simple. So take the 4 photos from the front and back side, take measurements. For every 3 inches a person releases on Isagenix, remember it equates to 1 pound of body fat. So do not miss this step. So definitely cast the vision of what's possible for somebody when they do the ISA Body Challenge. Ask your associate to email you with their measurements and photos. I encourage you to help them with the critical step during their unboxing orientation. So if that person had really no idea, that's okay. I have a lot of, baby boomers that don't really know how to use their computer properly. So I will, even if they're in Australia, I will actually get them to send me their measurements and their photos, and I will upload it for them, and I will show them on Zoom so they can see it. Okay, 6 touches in 30 days. I learned this from PK Smith. How many people here have actually learnt this and it's working well within their business? Okay, so the 6 touches in 30 days I find so important. I never enroll somebody and just leave them, ever. So I did in the beginning because I had no idea what I was doing. Definitely have learnt a lot since then. I do not leave my people alone. So number one, opportunity and product tool call, which is your orientation, which is typically as soon as the product arrives. I try to schedule an orientation within 24 to 48 hours of the box arriving. Day 1 to 2, generous referral call. So day 1 to 2 of their program, you can do this encouragement. So all it is it's an encouraging call that you're going to just say, hey, how's everything going? You're all set up for success. Do you have any questions? You're sort of just breathing life into them and relating to them and understanding what they're going through and just telling them that you're there for them and if they needed anything. So basically it's just about a belief call. Day 3 to 5 is a miracle call. So how are you feeling while cleansing? Sleep, energy, weight loss, mood. There's a ton of things that happen within those 3 to 5 days. You know, who else deserves to feel this way? So I always use that question. And many people will end up saying, oh, look, my sister's watching me, or my boss has been watching me, and, you know, I've got a friend that's really, really struggling right now. This is a great way to then bring up the possibility of them joining in, because I find that people who actually bring in people are much more successful having a community. So day 14 to day 14 is the 2-week call. So I congratulate them on how they're feeling and what they've achieved so far. And I really just shut up and listen to what's been happening. Does anyone do the day 14 call? Yeah. So if you're not doing these around this time, that's okay. Definitely look into when you've enrolled someone. I find getting your schedule and putting them in. Day 1 to 2, day 3 to 5, day 14, day 20, day 25, 27. I have reminders for each person in my calendar. And I find that that really helps, keeps me on track with each person. Day 20 is a coaching bonus call. So it's a feel-good call. And then day 25 to 27 is my pantry review. So I'm going to assist them with their auto ship. I'm going to find out how everything's been going, what products they're liking, what they're not liking. Looking at the health analysis, the person might have 60 pounds to lose. I know that that person's going to need another 30-day system. So these types of things are really important when you're training your new people, is they get confused on what products they should be helping them with. That's your job, is to support and help your team in order to grow and learn, so then they can duplicate to their people. Step 6, build relationships and lifetime customers. How many people want to build lifetime customers? Yes, that's why we're here. That's why we're doing all this work in the front end. So don't forget about your people. Who likes to be forgotten here? No way. So if you forget about your people, your business is going to die. It's just as simple as that. Your people need you, and they need to know that you're there for them. So check in with them and be consistent. You don't have to baby them. You ask them what it is that they're, wanting. Are they wanting to be contacted? Let them know that your stipulation is 6 times in the first month. But the second month, they may only need to be contacted 2 or 3 times, because they may have flying, like they're flying and they're feeling great and they understand everything. So definitely find out what it is that they're looking for you in communication. Offer maintenance options. Once they've hit their original goal, and find out what their next goals are. Who does that? Who offers maintenance options to their people after they've hit their goal weight? Yeah. So renegotiate how often they want to be contacted after the first 16 weeks. People want contact and to be a part of something that makes them feel good. Invite them to our core Isagenix events. Who's been to one of our core events? Yes. What's your favorite event? Liz, can you take yourself off mute? Tell me what your favorite event is that you've ever been to.
God, I'd have to say, for me, because I'm a touchy-feely, I've been to all of the events. I love them all, but my most favourite thus far would have to be the ISA-U.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, with David Woods. It's awesome.
Okay, so the ICU in action?
Sorry, University in Action.
Yeah, awesome. Well, I have to agree. I actually haven't, I'll be honest, I haven't been to an ICU in action. I've been to an ICU, but not in action. So that is on my vision board, and I'm going to one at the end of the year next year because it's the only one that I can get to. But I'm going to go to an ICU as well. Pauline, somebody who's been in Isagenix for quite some time. Thanks, Liz. What's your favourite event that you've ever been to and why?
Mine is always Celebration because I like the stories that come on stage and end up crying through it and gets exciting. So Celebration is my favorite.
Absolutely. I love Celebration too. Okay, so let's go on to the next slide. Step 7. Thanks, Pauline. So keeping track using IsaTool Pro. Who is using this amazing app? Anybody? I am using it. Okay.
I'm using it too.
Okay, awesome, Tina. Thank you. Okay, so this is an app that we have been, well, I've basically had it for over a year now. So keeping track using IsaTools Pro. It's a contact management system. So if you're having trouble being organized, I find that this really helps you set yourself up for success, and then you duplicate that to your team. So a contact management system is simply a place that you store all your information, all your contacts, all your connects. It has resources for you. It has so many different things. You can send videos. You've got a calendar there. You've got drip emails. There's so many different things you can do. And it's also linked to the app that you have on your phone. Staying organized connects you. It follows up. It's pouring greatness into your team. So you can actually cater for all your IPAs, which I find is really important. And if we have any new people on there, IPAs are income producing activities. So connecting is very important. It's huge to how we fill our funnel. Following up with the people that we've talked to, and then pouring greatness into our team. That's typically what we do every single day. And that's really, if you're being consistent, that's what's going to build and grow your business. So it also assists busy people like myself with 4 kids and 2 businesses, how to schedule your time better, how to manage your time better, how to be able to, stay on track and do the things that you say you're going to do, which is typically where people fall off the wagon. They have a lot of trouble with consistency. And I find that a lot when I'm mentoring my teams. Consistency is the hardest thing for people to actually put into action. Can anybody else relate to that? Yep. So I'm not going to do the interactive game tonight. That's more of a one-on-one training. But I do want you to understand that if you can remember these things, to build long-term residual income, you must do more work on the front end in order to reap the rewards on the back end. Does everyone get that? That's so important. And then when you have leaders following the system, your team will grow quickly and you will all achieve the success, which is our main goal, right? Is to all achieve success. So that's my training tonight. If you have any questions, I'd love to answer them. And I mean, this is my favorite thing, is to set people up. So I'm definitely speaking from the heart. If you set someone up for success from the very beginning and you cross all the T's and dot all the I's, that person, there's no reason why those people that you're bringing in won't stay with you long term. Okay, everyone can take themselves off mute. If you have a question, I'd love to answer it. And I'm just going to stop the share. Hang on 2 seconds.
I've got one for you, Cherie.
Okay, I'm coming. Hi.
The IsaTool app, did you just learn, is there from the trainings or just trial and error? Because I started for a while and I'm paying for it every month, but I'm not using it.
Okay, trial and error, absolutely trial and error. So I set my IsaTools app up, obviously on my phone, and then I paid the $9.95. There's also a $14.95 or $15.95 one as well, which is like the big pro one.
Yeah, that's what I want.
You can use either one. Is that the one you've paid for?
Yeah.
And you're not using it?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so what I would suggest you do, like I've seen your inactive list and it's pretty phenomenal. I would go through I would print the whole inactive list out and I would put each person's name and phone number into there, and you're going to start going back and doing a drip series on each one. I know some people say they don't check their emails and they don't do any of this stuff, but it's a great way to be able to reconnect with those people, let them know that we've got like the s'mores bars out, we've got the shake out, we've got all these different things, and it's just a great way to reconnect with people. You can pick one of the drip series for weight loss, energy, performance, whatever it looks like to you. You can pick it and match for your people, but I find that helps reignite people again. And then, I mean, the people who really aren't interested, they're just going to delete their email and you won't hear from them. So that's probably a good way to go back and get some people. But obviously, if you go into your personally enrolled, you know, on your, like you go into personally enrolled, you print them all out, go back and have a look and see if their phone numbers are still active, like call them.
Mm-hmm.
And just re-engage and say, hey, we've got, you know, new promotion on. What is it that you were loving about Isagenix? What is it that you weren't loving about it? And try to fill that gap for them so they'll join you again. PK always says it's so much easier to re-enroll somebody that's already tried Isagenix rather than starting again with somebody who hasn't. So with the app, there's so many things you can do with it, but I can help you with that if you want. We can do a couple of Zooms on that.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. So you're on mute.
I'm mute. I just thought that would actually be amazing training. I think if we went through the actual app one day and actually showed everybody how to use it, that'd be a great 10 to 15-minute training.
Absolutely.
It's incredible.
I'll tell you, somebody who's even better at it than me is Amy. Amy Vasquez taught me a little bit. She uses it all the time. And I use it quite a lot, but she's like, hers is just filled. Absolutely filled.
Sheree, I'd love to, if one evening you could actually go through one of your presentations with us.
I would love to do that.
Yeah, like what you, like, because I know you do Zoom and you do, but like I'd like to see what you do start to finish from, like, say someone you met at the trade show or whatever. This woman, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, is like superstar. I've never seen anybody she takes and books her appointments right at the trade show. I've never seen anybody do that. I thought it was an amazing idea.
Thank you, honey. Oh, well, I'm a busy woman. You know that, right? Seriously, my life is nuts. If you could actually watch me on video every day, you would laugh so hard. It does not stop. It's like non-stop. I hear kids in my head constantly and clients, and I work from home, right? So I don't get that break to go out and humanize and come back. So in saying that, I have to book my appointments. So when I'm at a trade show, I love to talk to people. I love listening to what they have to say to me. But I like to book a one-on-one, a 30-minute analysis. I sit down and find out what's going on with them. They fill out the health analysis. And I book all the appointments right then and there because I have to. I really don't have time to be getting home and doing 100 calls. So I already have my pre-booked, like I had 8 presentations the week after the trade show because of that. And I had 3 more this week because they couldn't make those. And then I've got 2 other ladies that I did presentations with yesterday, and they're looking to join Isagenix in the new year. But then I had a girl, one of those girls, Carrie, she messaged me today and she's like, I really want to start now. How do I do this? And I'm like, okay, well, I just sent her all the information. She's thought it out and she's going to transfer some money onto her Visa card. So I'm just waiting for that to process. But this is awesome. Like if you do that, you'll find that you're never going to have problems booking appointments if you do that from trade shows from the very beginning. So any other questions about my training? Is everybody good?
Awesome.
Patricia, are you talking? Sorry, you're on mute.
Oh, yes, I am on mute. Now I'm not. Yes, I'd just love to know step by step what you do in this initial presentation. So this is a brand new prospect, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, and so is this a presentation one-on-one typically? You're going for coffee?
So are you talking about my enrolling, how I enroll someone from the very beginning? Or are you talking about like just a presentation when I'm speaking to somebody?
The ones you just referred to, you said you had 8 presentations this week, I think you said.
Yeah.
So that were they new prospects?
Yes, they were all brand new from the trade show. Yeah.
That's the ones I'm talking about.
Yeah. Okay, so typically how my step by step, I mean, I so organic to try and think about what it is that I actually do. So basically, they'll come to my home, or sometimes it's over the phone and sometimes it's on Zoom like you and I are right now. So I'll run you through what I did with Carrie. She came over yesterday and she filled out, we just had a chat. We just had a general chat about what's missing in her life. What is it that she's looking to achieve? And she has been overweight since she was little. She has never been thin, is the word that she used. And you could see the pain. You could see that she's been through a lot. She's tried every diet out there. Her parents, her mum used to put her on diets. So my key thing is I like to find the pain. So I will keep peeling the onion until she might say, I want to be thin, but why does she want to be thin? What's going to change for her if she's thin? Who's that going to impact if she's thin? How's that going to make her feel? Where's the emotional response? Because that's how people move. People buy because they're emotionally connected to something, that they are emotionally connected to their pain, what they're trying to fix. That's why people buy. So I really want to hear what she has to say because I truly care. I'm 100% blue. I'm developing bits of red, but definitely I'm a blue person. So I want to find out what her pain is. We have a chat about that. I offer a solution based on what her health analysis said. So her health analysis is just a guideline for me. I already knew what pack in the back of my head I was going to recommend, which was the weight loss value pack. The reason being is that she has over 60 pounds that she needs to lose and release. And the health analysis really got me to see that she's struggling financially as well. So I not only got to see what was going on with her in her history, I got to see what was going on with her, how she's feeling, what her stresses are. Her health is really not so good. Her energy is terrible. And she's highly stressed. She's a single mum. And she's she hates a job, absolutely hates a job. And there's no way I would have been able to ask her those questions if I hadn't had that personal health analysis, which already had the questions there. I just basically reread what she had written so I could find that common connection to offer her the solution she's looking for. So yes, she's looking for weight loss. Yes, she's looking for energy, but she needs money. She needs money like yesterday. So bringing up the wealth creation option, then it doesn't make it so weird bringing it up. There's no hang-ups, there's no attachments, because I'm not looking to sell her the wealth creation. I'm looking to offer her a plan B option that she can still do while she's working as a cleaner. I just find that is the best way to bring it up. In my conversation with Carrie is going to be way different to what I would have had a presentation with a doctor 3 weeks ago. Way different, because it's all about business. It's what I can do for their people. The OptiFast programs aren't working for a lot of their patients, and it's repeat sickness. It's very different. So my conversation and my presentation is going to be very different, and my language will be different than it was with Carrie. So then I align the pack. We pick out her flavors. It's very, as I said, organic. I jump from that into, okay, let's pick your products. Because then they get excited. You watch her face. She's like, oh my God, I love strawberry. Oh my God, you have chocolate. Like you get them into already thinking, you're trying to offer a solution, but you're getting them to decide and make a choice. And then it just closes from there so quick, like so quick. You know, she's messaged me 4 times today. She is so excited because she thinks that this is going to be, she knows from the belief that I've cast in her and what it's been able to do for me and so many people. And she's been marinating in abundant health for the last week since the trade show to show her what's possible, because it's not a diet. For once, she's not going to be on a diet. She's going to be on a lifestyle. It's a very organic thing. So if you can just know, Patricia, you already have a gift in your pocket to offer someone, and it's just listening to what they want, filling in the holes, use the health analysis, and then use the new associate checklist once they have enrolled to set you up for success, so you have done your job properly.
And beautifully said, thank you. And now, where in that whole beautiful conversation did the cost of the value pack come up?
Okay, so it come up straight away. It come up very quickly, just so you know. Okay. Because she is a single mum raising a 13-year-old son who is a hockey star, is costing her a bomb. The father doesn't have anything to do with her son. She actually, the worst thing that happened to her was not yesterday, the day before. She's been in a relationship for the last 4 years. And one of the reasons why she wanted to come along to this was not only to lose weight, but to get herself prepared for IVF, because her long-term partner and her are looking to have a baby, and he broke up with her on Sunday. So she's absolutely devastated, but so committed to finding a solution for her health right now, that the $5.99 doesn't seem so bad to her in any way, even though she doesn't have a lot of money, because the emotional connection, the emotional need for getting this 60 pounds off her body was so much more than $5.99. Does that make sense? So
Totally,
when you cast that vision so big, so wide, that this is going to help her, there's no amount of money that could ever place value on what it is that she desperately needs. So your job is really just to do that part really well. And you will have cost objections. I'm not going to set you up for failure here. I've had cost objections. How many people here have had cost objections? Oh my God. I don't get cost objections so much anymore, Patricia. Like, seriously, I don't. Maybe one a month. And if it is the objection, I always see it as an opportunity to share with them what it is that they're missing, right? What is it they're not getting? It's an opportunity for you to go back and create value, because that person is just not saying no. They're saying KNOW. I need to know more. I need to marinate a bit longer. I need to actually get more sick, eating crap, to get it. And you just have to release people, because at the end of the day, people will come back to you if they're meant to come back to you. And I've cried, I have kicked walls, I have blamed myself thinking it was me. And probably a lot of it was me, like projecting this money issue onto people, because $5.99 is a lot of money. But I would have paid $10,000 to have the amazing like energy and better sleep and quality of life and boobs and hair and all these great things that have come from my experience with Isagenix. So again, the money thing that doesn't come up, it comes up more in the very beginning than it ever will later on, I promise. You'll go through, yeah. Can anyone else relate to that, Stu? Liz?
Yeah, absolutely. And your mindset around, here, let me turn this off. Ow! Ooh. Hit my thumb. But usually the objections you get are the ones that are also in your head, because it's your posture and how you answer. When somebody goes, yeah, $600 is a lot of money. Are you going, yeah, but let me show you why it works? Or, yeah, let me show you the value. Or, you know, if it's like, well, yeah, but, you know, it is entirely your posture. And so many people have hated this part, because it always seemed really uncomfortable when Warren does a three-way and somebody asks them about the price, because he still does the old man, well, it's free. He goes, you know, somebody's like, well, what's the price of this? And he goes, well, do you eat? And they're like, yeah. He's like, well, it's free. And everybody's like, ha, all right, I get it. Tell me what's going on. And it opens that gateway, because it's kind of a bit of an icebreaker, and it opens that gateway to, well, why don't I ask you, like, how much are you eating on average on a meal, and understand that, you know, breakfast is cheaper than the rest of the meals in the day. So what's an average cost? And you're going to get anywhere between $5 and $15, you know, all depends on where they're at and what's going on. And so you ask them that question. Then the following question, which I got from Kyle, was, how much are you willing to invest in getting these goals? So you've already gone through the health analysis. They've got, you know, you've painted the picture, you know, the vision. And now what are you willing to invest? And most people are anywhere between $100 to $300. So if, let's say somebody told you the meals, you know, their meals, let's say they use $7. Now, usually people go high, and they don't realize they're entirely helping you out. But if you go $7, and remember, you're getting 68 meals in a value pack. Okay. So if you go 7 times 68, you're looking at $476. right there. Okay, so now you've replaced those meals for that. Now, let's say that they said plus $150, they said they're willing to invest in their health. Here's your value pack. And so you've met them exactly where they're at, right? And you've already taken away not only on top of the meals, but now you're getting vitamins. So you're getting, if they take vitamins, you ask them how much the vitamins cost that they're taking. The omegas, the resveratrol, the high levels vitamin C, a gender-specific multivitamin. They're getting that on top of that. They're getting, the cleansing system. There's a lot built into the value pack. And if you were to ask me, I live and breathe that value pack because I believe it is the only way to go. But your belief has to be 100%, because as soon as they see your posture waver, that's the objection, right? It's if you believe that there's no other way, then they will believe there's no other way. And that's when you get I get the cost objection in probably 1 in 15 to 20 people. And it's because when they ask, it's an automatic boom. But you have to have shared the vision, because they've got to know how much they're willing to invest around that, right? Because it's a cost of coffee per meal. If you think about it, if they're going to Starbucks, that's 1.5 shakes. In an argument with my sister-in-law, even in Ontario with huge HST, it's still, if you just ordered shakes online and sent them to your house, it is still under $4 a shake, including tax, including shipping. There isn't a cheaper meal, but we disassociate ourselves with $600 because we're not a society that buys 30 days at once. And so we're usually a week at once when we go grocery shopping. And so if you think about it, $600 for all that you're getting, it's a deal if you've tried to buy the vitamins and stuff like that. And so you have to show that value. Does that make sense?
I always say you're reallocating too.
Yeah, redirecting. I love it.
Yeah, it's not extra. It's never extra.
What was that?
You're redirecting it. You're reallocating that money. It's not extra money. And I'd like to tell them the story about how I lost my shit the first time I saw the price too.
Me too. And I always find the icebreaker. The icebreaker is, I had every intention of returning this box and getting my money back on day 29 of this program, because I did. So I welcome skeptics. So I do actually say to each person whom I may have an objection, I can relate to that, but this is what I've found. I always use feel, felt, found when I'm guiding the conversation. I'll always go back and I'll always say, this is exactly how I felt, or this is exactly what I thought or what I said, but this is what I have found. This, and this. And then you showcase what your belief based on your product experience. And some people may need, as I said, to marinate a little longer. Some people need to get more burned out, more exhausted, more stressed to get it. And you want to work with people who are at a 10 anyway. So it is important to, I would just willy-nilly enroll anyone in the beginning. Now I don't do that. There are certain people I look for qualities, and I don't have the time to chase, drag. I'm not looking for a project. Time for it. I am looking for people who are at a 9 or a 10 who are willing to give this a go, because this is just nutrition and it is simple. It is going to change their life. I know that for sure. You've just got to fill that hole for them. So you're going to do great, Patricia. I'm sure you're doing really well.
Thank you. That's very encouraging.
You're welcome.
I'm not doing very well, but I'm learning. And I've been at this a long, long time. And I've talked to a million people, and I have no trouble connecting, but somewhere after that, it falls off track.
You know what, Patricia, you and I can have a conversation if you're open to it. We can have a chat, and maybe I can help you with that. Maybe I can find what's not working and be able to give you a little bit of guidance. Of course.
Look at you, bouncing your baby on your knee like you have time for extra little chat.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Do you know what? There are so many times that I struggle with things, and I will always reach out to somebody, and I've never had one person say no to me. So I'll never say no to somebody else. Never.
Well, Cherie, if you can possibly give me, 15 minutes of coaching sometime, I would be immensely honored.
I would love that.
Thank
love
you.
that. Give me some times for next week, because next week things slow down for me. Just send me a private message with some times and dates that's going to work for you, and I'll see what I can make happen.
Okay, thank you.
Perfect.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, Mr. Stu, have we got any other things we want to close off with?
No, I think it's been fantastic. Thank you, Cherie. Absolutely incredible training, like always. And the beautiful Keone. Thanks, everybody, for being here for tonight.
Amazing.
And, we'll see everybody next week.
Fabulous.
Have a wonderful week.
Thanks so much.
Thank
you.
Bye, guys.
She's gorgeous.